Nuclear war is a type of warfare that involves the use of nuclear weapons, which are among the most destructive weapons ever invented. The potential consequences of a nuclear war are catastrophic, with devastating effects on human life, the environment, and the global economy. The use of nuclear weapons has been a topic of international concern since their development during World War II, and the threat of nuclear war has loomed over international relations ever since. Despite efforts to reduce the number of nuclear weapons in the world, the risk of nuclear conflict remains a global concern, and continued efforts towards disarmament and non-proliferation are essential. There are currently 9 countries known to possess nuclear weapons: the United States, Russia, China, France, the United Kingdom, India, Pakistan, Israel, and North Korea. The United States and Russia possess the largest arsenals of nuclear weapons, with both countries holding thousands of warheads. China, France, and the United Kingdom have smaller arsenals, while India and Pakistan have engaged in a nuclear arms race, each increasing their stockpiles in recent years. Israel is widely believed to possess nuclear weapons, but has not officially acknowledged them, while North Korea has conducted several nuclear tests and is actively pursuing nuclear capabilities. Some of the most famous nuclear bombs in history include the atomic bombs dropped by the United States on the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945, which killed an estimated 200,000 people. The Tsar Bomba, developed by the Soviet Union, was the most powerful nuclear bomb ever detonated, with a yield of 50 megatons of TNT. To put this into perspective, the explosion was about 3,000 times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima during World War II. The blast created a fireball that was 5 miles in diameter and a mushroom cloud that rose to a height of 40 miles. The shockwave from the explosion was felt over 600 miles away, and windows were shattered as far as 560 miles from the test site. There have been several times in history when nuclear war almost happened, with the world coming perilously close to a catastrophic global conflict. One of the most notable instances was the Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962, when the United States and the Soviet Union came to the brink of nuclear war over the installation of Soviet missiles in Cuba. Both sides engaged in a tense standoff, with the world watching and waiting for the outcome. However, a peaceful resolution was eventually reached, with the Soviet Union agreeing to remove its missiles in exchange for a U.S. promise not to invade Cuba and the removal of U.S. missiles from Turkey. Another close call occurred in 1983, when a false alarm caused by a faulty Soviet early warning system led to a brief period of panic and the possibility of a nuclear launch. Soviet officer Stanislav Petrov, who was on duty at the time, decided that the alarm was a false positive and did not report it, averting a potential nuclear conflict. His decision was what stopped a nuclear war from happening. These incidents serve as a reminder of the grave danger of nuclear weapons and the importance of communication, diplomacy, and careful handling of nuclear technology. The possibility of a nuclear war happening in the future is difficult to predict, but the risks remain high. The possession of nuclear weapons by multiple countries, along with the potential for accidents, miscommunication, or miscalculation, all increase the risk of a nuclear conflict. Tensions between countries such as the United States and Russia, India and Pakistan, and North Korea and the United States have raised concerns about the possibility of a nuclear war. The best way to prevent a nuclear war is through diplomatic efforts, arms control agreements, and the promotion of international cooperation and understanding. The effects of nuclear bombs are devastating and far-reaching. The explosion of a nuclear bomb can cause immediate destruction, with the blast wave, heat, and radiation causing widespread damage and loss of life. The radioactive fallout from a nuclear bomb can also have long-term effects on the environment and human health. The contaminated areas can become uninhabitable for decades or even centuries, disrupting ecosystems and agriculture. The economic impact of a nuclear bomb can also be severe, with the destruction of infrastructure, businesses, and homes causing long-term economic damage. The cost of rebuilding and recovery can be enormous, and the loss of productivity and economic output can have ripple effects throughout the global economy. Given the devastating effects of nuclear bombs, many countries have called for disarmament and non-proliferation of nuclear weapons. International agreements, such as the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, have sought to reduce the number of nuclear weapons in the world and promote peaceful use of nuclear technology. However, the risk of nuclear conflict remains a global concern, and continued efforts towards disarmament and non-proliferation are essential to prevent the catastrophic effects of a nuclear war. The threat of nuclear war remains a grave concern in the modern world. The devastating effects of nuclear weapons on human life, the environment, and the global economy cannot be overstated. It is imperative that countries work together to prevent the use and spread of nuclear weapons through diplomacy, arms control agreements, and peaceful cooperation. The lessons of history show us that even a small miscalculation or mistake could lead to catastrophic consequences. It is our collective responsibility to ensure that the horrors of nuclear war are never realized, and that we work towards a world free from the threat of nuclear weapons. If this video satisfies your curiosity, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and share this video to your friends. Thank you. We'll see you in our next video.